What is up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Hero Talk. I'm Jacob Bartley, and I'm joined by Brian Avalosino, and we are here to talk Harley Quinn Season 2, Episode 9. I can't believe we're at Episode 9 already.
Getting close to the end.
It's titled Bachelorette. Do we know how many episodes there are? Is it 13?
13, so we've got 4 left.
Yeah, so
on display.
Bachelorette, the episode, so this is 2 episodes after Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy kissed at the end of the Bane episode. So then last episode we see them kind of talking about it, and Harley Quinn tries to take over Gotham with the Dark Side Army. What are they called? The Parademons?
Parademons, yeah.
Parademons. And now we have to go to Poison Ivy's bachelor party, which they are taking a private invisible jet to Themyscira in order
Hilarious.
So my first thought was, are they going to mention that Wonder Woman's not around? And they do. But first of all, let's talk about the opening of this episode on the invisible jet. There's so many things that just go on in that first 5 minutes, which are hilarious.
I saw them flying on, and I go, the hell are they flying on? And I was like, that's like an invisible jet, like Wonder Woman. And then we hear the announcer go like, our flight to Themyscira, and I was just like, oh my God,
yeah,
using this as a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and then every single time, it seemed like anytime anyone would talk, a bird would hit the plane.
Oh yeah,
and explode.
It made so much sense because the way they set this world up, where Wonder Woman got captured, and because if Wonder Woman was around or whatever, I know she doesn't really. I mean, at least in the movies, she never goes to Themyscira again.
No,
but maybe in this cartoon universe, maybe she does. But they say that Wonder Woman's not around right now. So if she was, this probably wouldn't have happened, where it was turned into a resort or something like that.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was so funny. And it's so true. Like, birds would hit. I mean, I guess they would hear the jet and sense it, unless it like has all these, unless it hides the sound and everything. But it was just so hilarious how they made fun of that.
Yeah, it was a genius idea to use this gorgeous place that we always see, this like beautiful island, and it's been turned into a resort by a supervillain. It's just like,
yeah, so it's crazy. Fun. Were you familiar with that character, the woman who took over?
It was Iris.
Yeah, I kept thinking they were saying Aries, but I was like, no, they're not saying Aries. Like,
I think it's
Aries was at the strip club.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Or a fake Aries, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I know. I didn't know who Aris was. I just assumed once they said she took over. Queen Hippolyta, and I was just like, oh, okay.
So this group of female friends is just crazy. So you have obviously Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. You have Catwoman, who's just like doing her own thing, chilling in the back of the jet in first class, I guess. Yeah. And then you have Mrs. Freeze, Mr. Freeze's wife, who Mr. Freeze is dead, and then her random friend from kindergarten, Jennifer. Yeah,
Jennifer.
Exactly. This was just so hilarious because I love how Catwoman is so just leave me alone, and she kind of does her own thing. And then why would they invite Mrs. Freeze? Like, what? There's no reason for that.
Well, she flat out said, "This is just pity because you killed my husband." And then they go, "Well, he kind of killed himself."
So. Yeah, and then her friend from kindergarten, which that was hilarious too. But I was like, why didn't they invite Batwoman? I guess she has to stay and protect Gotham, but I don't know. That would have been cool if Batwoman was on the trip. But this show just doesn't care. Like, it just does whatever it wants. And I thought that was really cool how they just had Mrs. Freeze there and this random friend.
Yeah. I mean, they went so real into certain things because you always know at a Bachelorette, there's probably that one person, maybe even a bachelor party, that feels like they should have been
exactly. They're like, I've known her the longest. Yeah.
And so she's all bitter and salty. She doesn't want to be there. Catwoman's just Catwoman, where she's just like, I'm here to do she's kind of a biatch in a way. Like,
oh yeah, she is. They established that in she stole from them the last time we saw her. She stole her engagement ring.
So, yeah.
And
So
she
I
still
mean,
invites her.
yeah, it's funny to me just because it's like she's just snooty all the time. She acts kind of like a cat. You know how cats literally are
Oh
just like,
yeah, well that's
I
what
don't
they're
want anything to.
doing. They're
Yeah,
making her act like a
exactly.
cat. You
So,
even see her licking herself like in the
uh-huh.
background when they yeah.
So yeah, no, it was just funny. The concept of them going to Themyscira as a vacation is brilliant. And I love how they're like they hate it at first. They don't.
Oh, I know, right?
The
They
forced
do, and
fun. And she even
yeah.
says things like, I even had Mrs. Freeze's room turned down to like -0 for when she comes in. And it's like, oh my God.
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah,
So let's go to the other part, the bachelor party, which is going on, which turns into a King Shark episode.
pretty
But
much.
it's so weird how they're just chilling on a boat, building a puzzle together. It's
Yeah.
like, I think it's an explanation of how boring Kite Man is.
I think probably his I love I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I have to look it up. The plant. Ivy's plant.
Oh yeah, he's
He
hilarious.
cracks me up. And they don't use him really
He's
anymore.
not in every episode, no.
No. And so he cracks me up. And I was so glad that they brought him into it. But yeah, it turned out to be basically King Shark's kind of like another. His name's Frank the Plant.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna look up too. Yeah, but now that you say that, I'm like, oh, I knew that.
Yeah.
Frank the Plant. Yeah, it was interesting. Like, I obviously not as entertaining as a Bachelorette party when it first starts, but I thought when the lobster first comes onto the ship, I thought that was hilarious. How he's like, come on, you can't hide from me. Like, let's go. And then
They played off Little Mermaid so hard in this episode too. In that
oh yeah,
storyline, it was
absolutely.
they sing a song about poop.
Oh my god! Look,
In the ocean.
in season one, there was when what's it called? When his hand got cut off. What's his name?
Face.
Clayface's hand got cut off, and then Commissioner Gordon became friends with his hand. That was the one thing in season one that I was like, that was just going too far. Was the relationship, how Commissioner Gordon had a relationship with Clayface's hand. Like,
Yeah.
that was disgusting. And honestly, the poop in the ocean and the song were a little bit too far for me and kind of disgusting.
Yeah, it was a little unnecessary.
They should have just made one joke about it and then moved on. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna do a whole song where you're gonna show fish pooping, and like, that's for little kids, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, poop. It's like when you see advertisements for little kids movie and they say the word butt.
Exactly. It's
so,
like, come on, like,
yeah.
I don't know. That was the only part of the episode that I didn't like, really.
Yeah, me too. I thought at first that Aquaman was gonna have something involved, but I forgot.
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that story was whatever. I think they kind of just needed something to fill it.
Yeah, I mean, I actually because I love King Shark, so I thought I liked him going to like tell off his dad and all that. I thought that was funny, but I could have just done without the poop song.
Yeah, me too. Even though in the end he didn't tell off his dad.
Yeah, exactly. But it was funny when he said, "I like using the toilet," and they're like, "Oh," like that was funny. But that's what I'm saying. That was funny. Just mentioning it, like, you should have mentioned it once earlier, and then that punchline joke, and that's it.
Yeah,
but
makes no sense.
Yeah. So when they're on Themyscira, they're doing all the Bachelorette things, and they go out. I think they go out to the male strip club, which is like on another island, a close island to them.
Yeah, it was the island over. It was he something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's gonna bug me until I figure it out.
Yeah, and I'm sure that exists in the mythology somewhere, like in the Wonder Woman mythology.
I'm sure there's a male version of.
Yeah. So let's get down to it. So they're all drinking, and then it just cuts to Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy in bed, and we thought, because they show that on the thumbnail of the episode before you click on it, and I was like, okay, maybe they wake up, they think they did, but they didn't, and they're like, nope, they straight up had sex. And And then
they definitely told you that they did.
Exactly. And then Poison Ivy runs away. She's all mad or upset that they did that, saying it can't happen again. And then Harley Quinn convinces her to come out, and they go out drinking again. And then they hook up again. And I look, as all the ridiculousness going on, like I do think when you get to the heart of these last couple episodes, Harley Quinn dealing with this struggle of being in love with Ivy, like I love all of that stuff. It's so good because what they've done is they've taken this relationship has become strong in the comics, and then they're diving into it in this show. And I think it's going to be like the Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn relationship is going to be something that is just something that's a part of DC going forward, because they kind of done that in the comics. They're doing it in the animated show. They're talking about if they do a Birds of Prey sequel or just a Harley Quinn movie, like following that they will bring Poison Ivy in.
I've heard like a Gotham City Sirens type.
Yeah,
thing.
Something like that. And I would love to see Ivy and Catwoman in. Like that's kind of like the holy trinity of DC female villains. So
pretty much,
or at least Batman villain. I would say Batman villains. The holy trinity of female Batman villains. Yeah, so I would love to see that. So how'd you feel about this episode overall, and like the stuff going on with Ivy and Harley Quinn?
Well, I'm very happy that they didn't find a way to put Commissioner Gordon in it.
Oh, you said you think his story's done, so maybe.
I hope so, because I'm so tired of that character.
Oh, that would have sucked if he was on the Bachelor at the Bachelor party with them.
Honestly, if he would have found his way into it, I might have been like done with it, because then to me that's basically like
him like a part of the group or whatever.
Yeah, you're saying that this guy is literally like a main character at this point, like big time main character. So I loved getting a break from Commissioner Gordon.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And it was just funny. It was just a funny episode. And this one was a very reminiscent of a season 1 type episode. This is, I feel like, one of the closest we've gotten to a season 1 episode. The relationship between the two, it's gonna be, I mean, at the end of the episode, we know she said she's picking Kite Man.
Mm-hmm.
You could see that she's still, like, even she doesn't seem like she's believing it when she's saying it. She kind of was like giving her like a sad face a little bit when she made her choice and was with Kite Man. So I'm interested to see how it happens. I'm going to be livid, upset, devastated if it happens. I can kill Kite Man at the end.
Look, I don't think they're going to kill him, but I think that there's a high possibility that Harley breaks up their wedding, or during their wedding, it's kind of like a runaway bride situation with Ivy. And I don't even want to see Kite Man's heart be broken. I don't even want to see that. And I have a feeling it's going to happen, because look, at the end of this episode, she chose Kite Man, but she wasn't set on it. And she tells Harley, look, you just jump around to different things and you can never stay committed. So like, I'm just going to be the next thing that you move on from if I try to be with you. Yeah. And that's kind of how it is. But hold on real quick. Am I tripping, or did they say that when they were talking about having sex, they said, oh, it happened one time in Arkham, and then it happened twice in Themyscira?
Well, Catwoman said you guys hooked up, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, she was talking about how they kissed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she goes, you hooked up. And she goes, no, we just kissed getting out. And then it was the 2 times. I don't think I think the hook up was the kiss in Gotham. And then the 2 times they got drunk and had sex.
Yeah, so I mean, she tells her why she can't be with her, and then this is why, like, we talked about the endings of the episodes, and it wasn't necessarily an abrupt ending, but she leaves with Kite Man, and Harley Quinn's just sitting there crying on the jet stairs, and it just ends. And I love how the music kicks in when they do it. It's done very well. Like this show, I love how stupid it can be, and then be very serious, like dealing with this. And I'm sure, like, this happens. I mean, this in the big world we live in, like, this happens where maybe there's
Absolutely
a female friend who falls in love with her female friend, and the other friend's getting married, and so it's relatable stuff. So I just think it's actually secretly kind of deep in a way.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of episodes I don't think have ended with the traditional end music, like where it's that like
that's true. Yeah,
rocky type.
It's kind of like sad music.
It's either been quiet or something like that, and this one was just they didn't do very much. We're forgetting about the Cobb Squad though.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Wait, am I the only one that got the tattoo? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty. And I love when they're like, all right, let's like take this place down. Let's kill this lady. And then the other friends are like, when they get into it too, when she's like, are these bottomless? And she's like, no. It's like, all right, let's kill them. Like, that stuff was hilarious.
Yeah, it definitely had its moments where it was, like I said, it was very, like, to me, this was one of the the closer ones to season 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was just kind of like a random episode, you know, how like there was a story, but it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
no, I like this episode for sure. Look, the thing is, there's a lot of things in this episode that I don't really care about. Like, look, the King Shark stuff was cool, but I don't really care about it that much. I could have done it without the poop song.
Yeah, me too.
But when it comes down to it, like, this show is about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, basically.
Yeah.
So I loved this dynamic between them and how they're kind of struggling with their relationship. I thought that stuff was done really well.
Yeah. It's funny because I don't know what just made me think of it. They could, it would have been kind of funny they almost probably missed an opportunity with it too, is if they would have played on the fact that the mascara is an all women's island.
Oh yeah.
And the women could be a lot more likely to be with other women. Like,
yeah,
if she would have planned, like, Harley, did you plan this out type thing? But
maybe she did.
Maybe, I don't know, but it kind of would have been funny. And then also Lex Luthor trying to buy the island.
Oh yeah, well, because that lady was trying to
sell
her
it
into selling it, because I'm glad they did that, because the Queen of Themyscira would never allow it to be a resort or anything like that. So I'm glad there was some type of like evil plan like that behind the scenes. It made a lot of sense.
She made her bachelorette party perfect by doing a environmental type thing, and that's
that's true. Yeah. So basically, we kept talking about what's the plot of this season, and it's Harley Quinn's in love with Poison Ivy and how she's dealing with it. That's the plot of this season in a way.
It started out with her taking over Gotham, and then now this is where it's going to leave, and it's probably going to leave us on a cliffhanger. I feel like at the end of it. We
have 4 episodes left. So what do you see happening next episode?
I don't know. Well, here, let's see what the title of the next episode. Let me look to see what the title of the next episode is, because that kind of gives you usually a clue.
I don't mind the title because it kind of gives you a clue, but I don't want to read the synopsis because
no. I don't ever.
I know we've been doing this though. At the end of each episode is talking about the title of the next episode, so I like that tradition. Like, kind of speculate based on the title.
So the next one is called Die Hard, but spelled DYE.
Okay.
Like hair dye.
Interesting. So there's like this cliche thing where when women are...
I just actually saw the synopsis, so now I know what it is.
Well, there's like this cliche thing when women are upset that they dye their hair. So maybe
Harley
Harley
Quinn
Quinn dyes her hair
done.
again a different color. She already has the pink and the blue.
Yeah. So.
Well, interesting. Well, you know where the next episode's going.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I will keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, no worries. So. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty positive on this episode overall. No Commissioner Gordon positive. Just please lay off the poop jokes. This is not a kid
Jacob draws the line at poop.
Yep, that's where I draw the line. All right. Well, thank you for watching this video. That's going to do it for us, Jacob and Brian. This was Comic Hero Talk, Harley Quinn, Season 2, Episode 9, Bachelorette. Let us know in the comment sections what you thought of the episode and any speculations for next week or the rest of the season. We would love to hear your thoughts. And thank you for watching. We will see you all next week.